It's Progressive Podcast, guys. Welcome back to it. My name is Freeman Tumelo. We are on episode number 5. As you already know it, we're speaking to young people who are doing absolutely amazing work with their lives. Today on this show, I'm bringing you the famous chef and a person who got an opportunity to be trained as a chef at a New York establishment. And right now, he's back in the country doing absolutely crazy, crazy, beautiful work with his life. And he's also featured on as a resident chef on a morning show on Etv. Please join me on this podcast as I get to hear his story, and then you guys also get to learn and listen to his story. Progressive Podcast, episode number 5. As you guys know it, I'm one person who's youth driven, and I get moved when I meet young people who are doing amazing, amazing work with their lives. Today, I'm bringing onto the show on episode number 5 a New York trained chef. Yes, I always emphasize that, and a lot of people are like, wait, did he go to New York and get trained? Yes, but before he left South Africa, he did have a little bit of experience in chef. But he went to a very 5-star, 5-diamond property called the Mohawk Mountain in New York. Well, not New York City, but upstate New York, a place called New Paltz. And he got to be trained as a chef, man. If you follow his Instagram page, he's really been trained in everything. There's a particular post that is so funny that he was cooking an octopus and he called it so funny. I couldn't stop laughing. But welcome to a Progressive Podcast, man. Chef Shongwe, how you doing, man? You good?
Thank you so much. I'm alright, Freeman.
Awesome, man.
It's truly an honor to be, invited to your show.
Absolutely.
Truly honored,
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, young people at this time, they don't get recognized for their good work.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to see my work that it's getting out there and it's been recognized.
Yeah.
I'm truly honored to be here today.
Fantastic, man. Fantastic. No, it's all a pleasure, man. The work that you do, I feel like young people need to hear about it over and over again. I mean, like, there is young people who are sitting at home right now watching TV and probably just outside or thinking, where do I even start? So how did the whole, let me ask you then, how did the whole culinary passion start?
Well, truly speaking, I would say, I wouldn't say I had much on it,
Yeah.
But starting cooking, I started at a very young age.
Yeah.
My aunt used to teach me on how to cook.
Yeah.
At times, I used to watch her on when she's cooking.
Yeah.
And then when she's not at home, I would be like, what, let me try and see if I can be able to do whatever that she was doing.
Yeah.
At times it would fail and I would go throw it out. I know it's wasting food, but I would go throw it out.
You threw food. This guy needs to be arrested. I'm kidding.
I would throw food out, but
Yeah.
at some point when I keep on practicing it would work out very well.
Yes, yes.
And then from there it continued, and then it came to a stage whereby I had to choose a career now. I had to see what I wanna do with my life.
Right.
I was stuck between 3 choices.
3
I was
choices.
stuck between 3
Now I'm
choices.
fascinated. How did the culinary one get to be option number 1?
You
Okay,
know,
what are those top 3 stuff that you
the
had?
top 3. The first
Careers,
one,
yeah.
I wanted to do logistics first.
You want to drive trucks? I'm
No.
kidding.
I know. I wanted to do logistics, but I was thinking about it. Whether I didn't know much about it. As much as I didn't know about the rest of the 3, I wanted to do hospitality as the second one.
Yeah.
And then the third one, it was public relations.
Public relations.
I've always loved media.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to associate myself with media. But up until I was given a bursary by the OR Tambo Bidfest International Lounge.
Yeah.
They are the ones who gave me a bursary to go study hospitality,
Oh.
everything. That's where actually the dream, of being this chef I am today
Yeah.
actually started. I was sponsored by Bidfest,
Yeah.
and then I went to study with the International Hotel School.
Oh, nice.
So
the IHS one
the
in
IHS
Sandton.
in Sandton.
Yeah.
But going through getting a bursary, I was happy, but not happy at the same time because I was thinking a lot because I didn't know much what was happening in the
Correct,
culinary
yeah,
school and
yes.
everything. But trust me, in the first 2 weeks, I could figure out who I'm gonna be in the future.
Nice.
In the first 2 weeks, what I've experienced there, I already pictured myself having my own company. I've already pictured myself doing my own thing that is quite unique with food.
And you're doing it right now.
And I'm doing it right now.
Nice. Have you had a mentor all this way? What guided you till you get to this point? I mean, like, it's not easy, But I'm happy that you're now saying that you finally got to a point where you've always envisioned yourself.
Truly speaking, I wouldn't say I had a mentor,
Yeah.
but I had people, who were carrying me along, the way. Some of them, would carry me up until to a certain point. I don't know whether they were getting tired or anything
Yeah,
of
yeah.
carrying me, but a lot of people were involved in raising this kind of chef that I am today,
Drop
That
us
was-
names, man. Drop us names. Let's speak about Ayanda Boroto. Let's talk about
Oh,
that lady
yeah.
who's doing amazing work. Drop names, bro.
Well-
They're grateful. I mean, like, they would love to hear you being grateful like you do right now. You know what I
Truly
mean?
speaking,
Yeah.
she's one who actually opened up with this,
Yeah.
She's the one who I would say she played a huge role, She's not only, someone who helped me,
Yeah.
but to me, she's a mom,
Yeah,
Today I would say I have someone who guides me. I can say that I have someone who's my mentor, which is Mom Ayanda Boroto.
Nice. For those who don't know, Mom Ayanda Boroto, I have to say ma'am, because I mean, like, she's very an older woman. She's very smart and good looking, and then she's very talented as well. What show is she on? The TV show?
She's on Isibaya.
On Isibaya,
Yes,
yes,
Phumelele,
yes.
eh.
Yeah, I mean, like, this young person managed, I don't know how on earth, to have that woman mentor her. Tell me, how did you get hold of her?
It's a long hustle. It's a
Yeah.
long hustle. It's a long story, but yeah, basically, there was an opportunity that was produced to me in going overseas.
Correct.
There was an opportunity that I got.
Yeah.
And then you know how it is. Nowadays everything needs money somehow.
Yes,
Not that
yes,
everything
yes.
revolves around money,
Yeah.
but everything needs money.
Okay.
So I was given this opportunity to go to the States, to train as a chef
Right,
and
right,
everything.
right.
So there were certain funds that were needed to pay.
Yeah.
From the background that I'm coming from,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
hasn't
kinda
been
difficult,
It was
yeah.
kind of difficult,
Yeah.
having to grow up. There was a lot of us when I grew up. So parents, had to try and accommodate each and every one of us.
Which is difficult,
Of
man.
which is quite
Yeah.
really difficult. So it came to a point whereby, I don't know where I got that heart of doing that,
Yeah.
but I started, sending a lot of, influential people, not only just celebrities, someone that I know that, they're doing great, I started asking for funding and everything, if they
Right,
could fund
right.
me in going forward with this program, Some of the people, they replied, some of the people, they didn't even reply,
But eventually one
But
person
eventually one person, I knew someone,
will respond.
will respond,
And that was-
it was Mam Ayanda Boroto. She replied,
Wow.
She was like, "Oh, send me your details. I will give you a call."
Yeah.
Even her, not knowing me, she was scared. That what, probably I'm being scammed or anything here. There was a lot of suspicions of, hey,
Like, wait, you
probably
will go to New York and be trained as a chef?
Probably
Yeah.
this person is actually scamming me, because she asked for documents, also
Yeah.
that what, produce the documents to me that are stating that you're gonna be going to New York and everything. I sent her all the details and everything, and then she asked me why are they asking for money to go that side if it's a job offer, Because she was like, oh, it's a job offer, but why are they asking for money and everything if you are being hired, but
Yeah.
you are going to pay
Yeah.
for being hired? And then that's where I had to explain that
It's a placement company.
It's a placement. It's an
They-
agency. I have to
yes.
pay the fee to the agency, and then that's how she was able to
Understand,
to
yeah,
understand and
yeah.
everything. And then she asked, following up, that at least if we can meet and then we can talk about it, and then from there we can be able to see what we can do.
Nice.
But from there she was able to help me in going forward, and truly speaking, I'm really grateful, and I will forever be grateful to her.
Mama Yanda siyabonga. If you're watching right now, and if you're gonna watch this, siyabonga. Cool. My question then is, before you even got landed the opportunity to be trained as a chef in New York, what were you doing before? I'm sure the reason why you got an opportunity to go overseas, it was about something that you were doing here in South Africa, and somebody saw the passion and was like, listen, I think you need to upscale your experience up in the city in New York.
In the city,
Yeah.
coming from that, there was, there's been a difficult time that I've been, experiencing.
Yeah.
There was, how it is with families at times.
Yeah.
There's gonna be those arguments and whatnot.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
at
yeah.
some point there was arguments that were involved with the family.
Okay.
And it came to a point whereby I was like, you know what, I need to move out. You know,
Right.
I need to find place of my own and everything because I couldn't really handle the pressure that was happening and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
But eventually I was able to move out. You know, I moved out thinking life there is going to be much easier when I'm alone. But
Yeah.
only to find that life is going to be even more difficult, you know.
Wow.
There was a time where I wasn't like working, I wasn't doing anything. I was looking for jobs,
Yeah.
going around the area of Maboning,
Yeah.
looking for jobs, trying to find jobs. And only to find, you know, that's where, you know, things are gonna, I didn't realize that's when things are actually gonna change, you know. At times, you know, I was that person whereby, you know what, I'm just gonna sit inside the house and apply for jobs.
Yes.
But it came to a point where I was like, oh, this place is, you know, placed with a lot of restaurants.
Yes,
a lot of
Maboning,
culinary,
Maboning, yes,
you know,
yes,
it's all
yes.
about food and everything and entertainment.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what, let me stand up and look for a jobs.
Yeah.
When I looked for jobs, I was, you know, walking all around looking for jobs, you know,
Yes.
only to find that there was this thingy, there was this restaurant which was about to open. You know,
Yeah.
they were still planning on it, on opening on it.
Yeah.
And then I went there, I gave out my CV, you know. To me, I was only looking for a job. That's what I was looking for.
Yes.
I was only looking for a job, only to find that, you know what, the people who were owning the restaurant, they're gonna ask me to be part of the people who are owning the restaurant.
What?
So that's how I was able to become running the daily basis of the restaurant and everything.
You just got there looking for a job, and immediately you get an opportunity to be made a head
To
chef
be
and
made a head chef
and then
and
you
run
become
the business
management
as well.
and you
yeah.
run the place by yourself. Did you have an experience and like what do you watch with, dude? Like where do you go for prayers?
Truly speaking, on that point, you know, I would say, you know, God was with me in everything that I did there.
Yeah.
Because truly speaking, I had no experience. I recently finished school, finished with the International Hotel School.
Yeah.
And I had no experience at all because after finishing with International Hotel School, I went to work a bit with Beatvest International Lounge. Since they were my sponsor, you know, I had to work for them, you know, to see whatever that they contributed towards my life, to see if did it really work out, you know.
Yeah.
I had to work for them for a couple of months, you know. I had to work for them for a couple of months. And then working with them, somehow or another, I got fired.
Wait, you got fired?
I got fired.
How did that come about?
You know, getting fired, I wouldn't really wanna, you know, speculate more
Right.
on how it happened.
Yeah.
But all I can say, only God knew what happened there.
Right.
That's the only thing I can say. Only God knew what had happened there. I won't be painting any names, you know. But whatever that happened, me
It
being
happened.
fired, it happened.
And then you get to learn from it.
And for some point, for some reason, I'm actually proud that it happened, you know.
Man,
'Cause
I always hear that a lot. People always say that I was proud. I'm proud that I was fired.
I'm fired.
What is your reason? Because with them, I always hear say that it made me realize how to do better next time, or it has made me realize that I need to start my own thing.
No, it made me realize, you know, that, you know what, in life, you know, there's gonna be a certain people that are not gonna like what you're doing. you
Yeah.
know. Nowadays, truly speaking, of which is something which is happening in South Africa, people are getting hired in companies, you know, for positions that they don't know anything about. So having someone to come in, you know, in a certain position in a company, whereby that person, you know, has studied, knows everything, you know, and everything. As you, a person who just got a position, you know, with special favors and everything, obviously you're gonna feel threatened at some point. You know, you're gonna feel threatened at some point.
Correct. Okay, I
So,
get the sense now.
From there, to me, it made me realize, you know, I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for me being fired there. I don't
Nice.
think I would have been where I am. I wouldn't have been able to even start something of my own. I wouldn't even got that exposure of running something, having to experience something from the beginning without having any experience. But to me, I was able to build my own experience. So working there, you know, as a chef, running everything, I didn't have whatsoever leadership experience from before. But trust me, the people that I was working with, the staff from the restaurant, our staff, you know, I was learning from them. But with the knowledge, general knowledge that I have, I was able to actually run the restaurant, keep it running and everything. So it was a hard one. I won't lie. It wasn't easy. It
Yeah.
wasn't easy, but it was worth it. It was worth the shot. Cause truly speaking, that's where I actually got the exposure,
Yeah,
of my food,
of
of what I
learning.
do.
Yeah.
It's from that
Yeah.
restaurant.
Nice.
It's 289 on Fox.
Nice. Enough with the local experience. Let's talk about international. How was your first time? Was it your first time getting on a plane to New York?
It was my first time
How
getting
was
to
it?
the plane ever. Not even to New York. It was my first time getting into a plane ever.
And how was it? How was your experience in New York? And when you got there, like the early days, I know you went there between May and May this year for a period of 12 months?
Yeah, it was a period of a year.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
a period of a year.
Yeah.
Truly speaking, it's
A black boy from KZN,
from a Newcastle.
A Newcastle,
Let me be specific.
Walking
from
barefoot.
A Newcastle.
and landing out in New York. How did that feel for you then?
It's with the New York. I would say it changed so much in my life. Not the culinary, not talking of the culinary side of things. But me as a person, the way I see life, the way I see things in life.
right.
There was a lot that actually changed. I saw life in a different kind of a way.
Right.
It's been a great journey. That I wouldn't even say it's been an amazing journey.
Yeah.
It's been an amazing journey. I've been able to experience other cultures, on how other people think.
Yes.
That on its own, it actually groomed myself as a person. It groomed myself as a person.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And then you come back home. Within literally 2 months, this guy has been booked up all across stations you can think of. And then right now, he has a position where he's a resident chef. Me, I know resident DJs like Black Coffee. That's the only name that's like what I got accustomed to. Like, oh, there is a resident DJ. What is that? Meaning that there is a person who is specifically just that for that position.
Chef.
He's there full time. That's the kind of guy that you'll find. With him, there is a thing called resident chef. So he's a resident chef with the Morning Live TV on ETV. The show starts between 8 and 9. Is that correct?
It's between 6 and 8.
6 and 8.
It's
Sorry.
6 to 8,
Yeah,
yeah, it's a 6 to 8.
It's a morning
4-hour
show.
show, yeah.
And then what they do is they featured you on as a resident chef where you show your work and your skills. How did you learn the position and how has it been so far?
Well, it's been an amazing journey.
Yeah.
I've never thought seeing myself on TV cooking. Truly speaking, it's been another experience. It's been another experience that is adding to the experience that I have.
Yeah.
It's been good. It's been really good. At first, it was nerve-wracking.
Challenging,
Yeah,
of
it
course,
was challenging.
first time on TV.
First time on TV.
Yeah.
You don't know what to think. You don't know what to expect. But yeah, like I got an opportunity. I was approached. They approached me. A lot of people usually approach via my Instagram profile.
Right. Yeah.
It's usually what they see, the food that I post, the work that I do.
Profile, man.
Yeah,
Profile.
so-
This is, I think, sorry, but this is something that we get wrong, right? Like, if you're a chef or if you're good with certain field and that's who you are, public image, it's what matters the most. I think that's why a lot of people now, there is so much hype about your work and what you do. Because I've seen your professional Instagram page. Everything you do is in line with what you are, who you are as a chef,
Who am I?
and who you want to
So
become and stuff.
that's another thing, because there was someone who actually asked me that, you know what, I've been seeing something on your profile, the way it's designed.
It's positive,
why,
man.
Why don't you have like a business profile kind of a thing where you just post your food
Yeah.
and the one where you just post your personal
personal
things.
stuff, yeah.
So I was like to them, the kind of chef that I am, I'm not the typical kitchen chef, you understand? There's a trend that I'm trying to bring, being a chef, a lot of people, they take it too seriously.
Yeah.
Being a chef, it's all about it's all about fun.
Having fun.
It's all
You treat
about
it as a
having
job.
fun. You treat
With you, it's not a job. It's a passion. You live through it.
You live through it.
Yeah.
A lot of people tend to have that. I wouldn't say it's a mistake. It's the way how you portray it. It's how your opinion it is about it. But for me, it's more of like what I enjoy doing.
Nice.
To me, it's like I don't know how I can. It's like me living my dream, basically.
understand.
That's how it is. So hence why I'm gonna be posting whatever my personal things and having my food on the same page. It makes it,
That's the new trend you are bringing.
Okay, what they call it, they call me the cool chef.
The
right
cool
now.
chef.
So that's the kind of vibe I wanna bring. Not about all the time,
Yeah.
being serious. Cause cooking, truly speaking, it's all about fun.
With your
About
own company now, the Food Pulse.
The Food
Tell us
Pulse.
about it. I know you're gonna start your whole new kitchen right now, and it's in the process right now. Where are you taking the future and the field of culinary right now?
of culinary. Okay, the way we started with Food Pulse, it's there was a lot of ideas that I had before.
Yeah.
But it came to mind as it's part of the things that I actually learned in the States. I looked at the gap. That's the thing. Sometimes if you're passionate about something, for example, the culinary industry, you're gonna look at different perspective on how they do culinary in other countries,
Yes.
all over around the world on how
Yes.
they do things. So I looked at it, with South Africa, looking at the gap. I was looking at the Mexican cuisine, you know. I was like, in South Africa, I was looking on how Mexican cuisine are actually dominating in the US, Mexican food is actually dominating in the US. I was looking at that and I was like, you know what? The way US people love the Mexican food, the way they buy it,
This is something that could be brought to South Africa.
it's something that can be brought home,
Now it's-
and it can make even a lot of money.
Yeah.
It can make even a lot of money besides money, but it's gonna bring that different,
new
unique
feel.
a new
Yes.
kind of.
People are always
taste.
looking for something
They're
different.
always looking to
Yeah.
try something different.
So what you say is that's where the Food Pulse is
That's
actually
where the
heading to.
Food Pulse idea actually started, because I'm gonna be mostly based on like Mexican food. It's
Yeah.
mostly based on Mexican cuisine, but I'm gonna try and
Put it in there now, man. You are doing it now.
Now,
I'm
yeah.
actually opening a Mexican restaurant. That's the problem. That's the problem that we're actually saying that I'm going to put it in now. Speak in the present. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna-
It's
okay, it is
materialized.
gonna happen.
I'm a
Yeah,
radio
it's in
presenter.
under-
That was it. That's what it is. Okay? I'm a radio presenter. Speak it in now, man.
It is.
You're doing it.
It
You're a
is under
chef. You
process.
branded
Yeah.
yourself. Yes.
It is under process,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah. So we're gonna be dealing with mostly Mexican food,
Yeah.
with mixed with a bit of African touch. I'm from Africa, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't really lose that South African, flavor kind. I'm cooked
Yeah.
and trained in South Africa, so I would really love to put for even people coming from different countries coming to visit South Africa, where they have to eat in my place.
Yeah.
They're gonna see, okay, this person accommodates us. For example, you're having Mexicans in South Africa. You'll be like, this person is accommodating us.
Yeah.
But there's this thing that we don't know in his menu. They're gonna think
African
about
influenced.
it. They're gonna wanna try it out because they're gonna see the menus based on Mexican.
Yeah.
But when they look at something different,
Yeah.
they're gonna ask, obviously, what is this? And I'm sure
Yes.
they're gonna want to try it out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Chef, thank you so much, man. But just before you leave, I just want you to tell. I saw there is a growing trend about young people want to do something with their lives. But particularly, I just want you to advise anybody who's sitting at home and just wondering, where do I start? It cannot be just in the field of culinary. I want you to talk about more of your media presence, like how do you portray yourself out there? Like a lot of people post like really stupid stuff on the social media. They forget that the employer potential could look at who you are and stuff. And then also, where do I get to start? And then, you know what I mean? Like, what keeps you going as well? Just those top three things.
Top
I
three things.
just think what young people will be able to relate to. And
Okay, for
Kickstart.
for young people, I'm also young. For the fellow young people, I would say, guys, never give up. Never give up. There was a lot of times where I thought of giving up in this. I was like, what? I'm gonna make an example quickly. Once when I was back here at the international school,
Yes.
there was these two chefs, of which is I was at the chef in for last week.
Yeah.
I was able to actually, was it this week? Yeah,
it was this week.
it was this week.
Yeah.
I was surprised to actually see them. I was really honored to see them there. And I spoke to them. I actually still thank them up until today. Because there was a point whereby I felt like it was like culinary arts is just not for me.
Yeah.
I felt like giving up because they made me repeat a dish probably about 8 times.
What?
They
8 times.
8
I know you
times.
didn't get it right 8 times.
8 times I didn't get it right. 8 times
Yeah.
I didn't get it right.
But you never gave up.
They kept on. They were saying they're not going anywhere up until I'm gonna be able to do that dish, and I was able to actually do that dish. And when I thought about it, when I got at home, I thought about it. I was like, you know what? they were actually building me. Now I know, because there were people who were cheating that process of doing a chocolate fondant.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm glad I actually did it, because now I know how to do it. So for people at home, guys, never give up on what you want to do. Never give up on what you believe in. And in terms of like, seek for advice, because that's what I always see, you know, with young people. They don't have much knowledge, you know. They don't have much knowledge. For example, with me, I didn't have much knowledge of these programs of going overseas. But you know, with social media and seeking knowledge as well, asking people, you know, how can I get a job overseas? You know, that's how I was able to be introduced to Awesome Travel, which was the agency that actually, you know, pursued whatever that I wanted, helped me pursue whatever that I wanted to do. And I still want to say thank you so much to Awesome Travel. They did make a difference in my life.
Guys, you heard it for yourself. I'm not gonna say much, but listen, go out there, seek information, find a mentor, do something, man. Shasha Bantu, make a plan. That's what it's all about, man. I'm constantly gonna bring in young people who are doing amazing work with their lives, so that when you can just say but they have no excuses, man. They had family problems, they failed, they got fired, but they kept going. He went to New York for 12 months. Wow. 12 months. He's a resident chef.
It was a great journey, I won't lie. One of the best things that have ever happened to my life, I would say.
Man, I'm proud of you. I'm really proud of you.
One of the best things that have ever happened in my life. And we're going to look forward into it. We're going to go more into it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a progressive podcast, guys. I won't say much, but just relate to the story. And don't forget to click the subscribe link over there. You'll be inspired and you'll start something for yourself. Thank you so much.